right, y'all. So we gonna come back. We got about a good half an hour if it take us that long, okay? But I'm really confused, okay? And I know it's because y'all saying that I want to save Michaela, I want to save Michaela, and I absolutely don't. Like, I know what she did is definitely wrong. The way she reacted is definitely wrong. But I'm trying to piece the pieces together so that it can all come together. And something's not happening, and I think it has something to do with some of the triggering that Zach was doing in the process that really kind of just made me like on edge, because like when she was like, oh, I want you to stay home, stay and go to sleep because you're not in your right headspace, or you're not in your right mind, so you don't think I'm in my right mind. Like, she's trying to tell you, like, I'm worried about your safety, but all you hearing is little bits and pieces of it. Like, something about this was really starting to bother me. Okay. How she acted really just was like unnecessary, uncalled for. Why are we arguing at Ryan? What did Ryan do to you? Why are you telling him to go get in that car? Why are you throwing things? See, that's the thing. Like, I'm trying to put it together. That's why editing was so like, what happened in that room? What happened in that room? That's what I want to know. The cameras went out. You got Bal sneaking through the door, peeking through the hole, okay? Trying to figure out what's going on. You got what's the dog name? Poor little dog was sitting there like he not used to this, okay? Dog confused. They were talking, and I want to know, did she push him? Because if she pushed him, this goes to a different level, okay? Like, this goes a little bit further. Like, something happened because when she opened that door, okay? She opened the door. He had his little suitcase. He was going out. She went and she snatched the suitcase from him, went back into the room, and was like, "Oh, I'm petty. Yeah, I'm petty. Ain't no seasonings. I'm petty." Because she took the suitcase. He came back. He got the suitcase. He told everybody he was leaving. According to Ryan, they was talking him down. They was calming him down, but he still wanted to leave, and that's when she got really, really upset. Hype. Okay, it was hype. Hype was confused, child. Hype was like, "What's going on here?" She didn't want him to drive late at night, and I think that's probably why I'm like this, because I understand like her thinking like it's not safe for him. First of all, they've been drinking a little bit. It's pitch black out there in the country. Ain't no street lights. Ain't none of that. It's not, they're not really close to home. It's a long drive. And was she really concerned and she took that overboard? Was that what it was? I'm just trying to understand what it was. That's not it. I love that Mila didn't say anything. Mila ain't never going to say nothing because y'all not going to be able to catch Mila up, okay? Mila too smart for that. I dropped the link to Ellie's. It's in there, girl. Drop the link. It's in there. Y'all can come up here and say what y'all got to say, so we can try to make this make sense. I'm still going to come back with a review chat because I got to rewatch it and get it together. But, I wanted y'all to come up here and say what y'all got to say because I feel like I need some perspective. Hey, Two Ellie's girl.
Hey, girl.
So what you got to say, okay?
Let me tell you, honey, because I used to be the one back in my immature days, honey. I would tell a man to get out quick, thinking that he not going to leave. And then boom, he be like, okay, bye-bye. And now I got to put my foot in my mouth because I didn't want him to leave. But out of immaturity, I would request that. And listen, I think some of us can identify with Michaela, and maybe that's why we give passes. And I do. I did identify with some of the things she did because I've done them. Now I wasn't tearing up nobody's good place. No, absolutely not. But I didn't. I never slashed no tires. I'll say that. I'm not going to incriminate myself. Uh, Again, this was like 10 years ago, honey. I'm almost 40. So yeah. Uh, I say that the thing is this. if Zach was doing all of these things to Michaela, right? Pulling her luggage, no, you're not going nowhere. No, getting in her way, preventing her from leaving. Like if all of these physical actions were being action against her from a man, we would be telling her to leave. Girl, you're not safe. You need to go. Tell production to get you a hotel. Do I think that maybe she thought about it? Like maybe I shouldn't have told him to leave because it is dark. Maybe a little bit of that set in, but you can't turn up and then expect that person not to match your energy. She's
Mhm.
so used to Zach cowering down and crying and going in the corner and having these mental emotional meltdowns that when he was like, oh, okay. Oh, you want I can't talk. Oh, you want me to leave? Oh, okay, cool. Well, I'll leave right now. You don't want me to sleep in the room? Cool. I'm out. I get it because I wouldn't want to sleep on the couch either. I didn't come all the way out to the Brokeback Mountain just to sleep on the couch. Maybe we just shouldn't have came in the first place. And the way that production had it, either they had that conversation. I'm trying to figure out where the conversations had because it was a lot of misplacement of what happened. Where
Right.
when you talked to Bao and Bao kind of gave you some tools to go in, and then you went in the room and then it went left. I was just like, wait a minute, what happened? How did it go from that to this so quickly? It just went from 0 to 100. And he said that. He said, I don't think you remember what you say. You just said this. We just had this conversation earlier, and now you're changing your mind. Then, when she was on the phone with the sister, gaslighting, that was so immature. I've done that before. Trust, I did. We'll call somebody, girl, come get me because dot, 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 and not really telling the full truth of the situation. And then when he tried to tell the sister, like, I wouldn't leave her, like, I do believe he wouldn't have left her.
Mm.
I don't think he would. He was
No,
a
I don't
level of,
think he would have either.
yeah, being immature. He trying to match Michaela energy. Zach, that's not you, baby. Your tears, my guy. You don't blow up. So don't play her game. He's trying to match her energy and he's not built for that. Which is why when she went a whole nother level, he was like, oh, it's time for me to tap out. Because
Mhm.
old girl came and took my luggage. He's serious. Old girl pushed me down. And he did say that. He was like, why are you pushing on me? I'm just trying to leave. And this is
Mm.
when the camera crew was outside of the room and they were eavesdropping.
Right.
And I gotta say, even though it was shady on production, sorry, I'm jumping around. I like that production did show her inconsistencies. It was just 10 minutes before you said that. And then you get mad at him for they say the same thing. I don't understand it. That's what's annoying to me. You both say the same exact thing, you say it differently, but then y'all get mad at the same answer. Like,
Right.
Zach, you say the same things that she says. You just say it, I guess, a little bit more palatable. So you don't think it's as bad, but it's just as bad. Both of them are just very much immature, very much need therapy. I don't think it is Zach over Michaela or Michaela over Zach. I think they're both on the same level of ridiculousness. What I would like, and I feel like I have secondhand behavior, is how she goes up and over. Girl, he left. Let him go. Let him go cool off, do what he needs to do. You coming back in, flipping furniture and tearing it up, and now ain't nobody getting no security deposit. Come on. Now you making everybody uncomfortable. Ryan was out there doing what men do. Zach went, and maybe he was shedding a couple tears, and Ryan was probably trying to coach him, don't leave. And Zach probably would have stayed had Michaela not come out rah rah. And Ryan, like, well, damn, this I'm gonna mind my business because this ain't even my situation. Here you come out here rallying and wilding out talking about jumping the car. I would have looked at her too, like, girl, I'm not what excuse me? I'm
Get
not
in the car, Ryan. Get in the car.
to do what, ma'am? He's an adult. You're trying to control him and he be trying to control you too. Both of y'all controlling, both of y'all immature. You'll be trying to act like his mom sometimes, but also want to be his wife. Sis, pick a lane. You
Mm.
can't be his mama and his wife. Sorry, not gonna work. He's going to rebel every time. I've tried. This is speaking from experience, honey. I've tried. He is going to be like, girl, you're not my mom. Don't talk to me like that.
Mm-hmm.
And telling that man, shut the F up so I can speak. Well, sis, what if he did that to you? Like, that's what I be wanting
Feel like
sometimes
it.
in the chat. We have to realize that just because we're women does not mean we should get a pass for being just as abusive. Just because we're not physically capable of hurting a man to the same degree does not mean that it's not as abusive. You know, it hurts both people and it's not okay. And I would never want to teach my daughter that, yeah, that's how you treat a man or how you talk to somebody. Hell no. Because you don't know, some of these guys are crazy, honey. They raise hands.
They sure do.
And I'm not saying that he should because of something he said, because he should control his emotions just as well as you. But don't even start that type of behavior. Let's not even champion that kind of stuff. I like
Mm-hmm.
the way Brett and Bow voiced their opinion. Like
Right.
Johnny was talking all that. Well, I don't want to sleep in the same room. Oh, okay. Hey, girl, would you like to bunk together? Sure. Okay. We I don't have to match your energy. I don't. You don't have to bring me down, sir. You and your skinny legs. You and your boots can go sleep and spoon with. Go spoon with Marvin. I'm fine. You the one who agreed to come out here. I guess production said we both got to come get this check. Okay. Well, I'll go sleep with Brett. I don't have to argue with you. I don't have to make everyone else feel uncomfortable because we're not getting along. And
Right.
that's the thing. They bring everybody into their marriage, but then tell people to mind their business. Well, girl, you just brought me into your fight because
Right.
I was chilling, eating my s'mores, and now I see glass and benches being turned over. You know what I mean? Like, so now I am a part of it because neither of us want to see either one of you hurt. It's not team this or team that. I'm about team people being healthy and team doing what's right.
Right.
Michaela, that's not a good look for you, sis. I'm not judging you from a place of looking down. I'm just saying, as a person who has been there, and when people throw mud, everybody get dirty. So I would just like for her to take those emotions, very valid as they are, and express it a little differently. And the only way you learn that is through therapy. The only way that I've learned to calm down and go ahead and remove myself when I know I'm like, ooh, that Virgo about to come out. Let me roll. Let me leave.
And that Virgo ain't nothing to play with, y'all.
Right. Let me exit so that I can stay out of jail. Even though I like orange jumpsuits, I don't like the DOC version. So, let me just go ahead and leave. Or, realize that something was triggering to me, and that's up to me to deal with. Because people are going to say whatever they want to say. You know what I'm saying? Michaela, I'm speaking to you. Sounding like Misha. Honey, life, people are going to pop off. They're going to say things. Men are going to disappoint, honey. If it ain't Zach, it's going to be Michael, whoever. You have to deal with how you express that accordingly. It's not Zach's job to babysit you. You're not his daughter. You're his wife. Should he be gaslighting? Heck no. But is it your responsibility to respond accordingly and what's healthy for you? Yes. Your happiness, your peace is all of yours. Take onus and move accordingly. Don't have sex with him. If you know that thing be thangin' and you not mature enough to cut it off, don't sleep with him. That's it. Okay, I'm done. Hey, Sabrina girl.
Hey, I can't hear you. Can't hear you.
All right. I said I'm not gonna give no input. I'm just listening to y'all. I let out my piece in the review. So go ahead, girl.
Oh, okay. So I both of them are toxic. I think both of them are toxic. Zach just do it in a different way. He has a very like sweet boy, schoolboy way of manipulating and gaslighting her. But Michaela, like, I was like, dang, girl, I was trying my best. Like, girl, do not give us the angry black woman title. I was like, please don't give us that. But unfortunately, we probably have it now.
Yeah, we do.
She legit, all her abandonment and rejection issues just shows. Like, I'm still trying to figure out whether abandonment and issues come in rejections, because I know they said her father was in her life.
Right.
I think he passed away while she was older.
Right.
So like, and she's a spoiled brat. So she, like, it's like everybody catered to her. So like, what happened in the midst of this? And she reminds me of, you know how the girls love toxic relationships? You have some women that love when men, they love relationships like that. That's
Me
what
too.
keeps them going. I
Me
have
too.
girlfriends that if you don't fight with them, like emotionally and mentally and stuff, they kind of don't want you. They think you don't love them. So she reminds me of that, like her cursing at him. I'm like, girl, I know he cursed at her too, but she started that first. When we go back, she cursed too much for a woman, and then she's a real estate agent. I'm like, none of this is good for your business at all, because you can use this platform and do something great. None of this is good for her business. Her temper, all this is cray cray. Like her tearing them people's house up.
Girl,
On a whole nother level. I was like, that table or whatever did nothing to you.
nothing.
Nothing to you. Nothing at all. Like, I understood her when they were sitting outside and she was like, you gotta hear this. Like, I understood her in that moment, her getting up, running off too much. But
Yeah.
I definitely understood her when she was like, what Ellie just said, we're saying the exact same thing. What you get now is what you get later. So for you to say we'll do better in a relationship outside of marriage, that makes no sense.
Right.
That makes no sense. That's backwards. What you date is what you marry.
Right.
I think I heard somebody say what you see is what you saw. What you see in dating, I mean, what you see in marriage is what you saw in dating. So it's going to be the exact same thing.
Right.
I think the thing is, he probably still want to sleep with her, and she probably still want to sleep with him, but it's so toxic.
Child, the D must be good. Ugh.
I don't know. She can go back to the D she was getting 3 weeks before she married him.
Girl, it was only 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, like she can go back to that if that's the case. Because this is horrible. And I think this is so weird. I don't know if anybody else noticed. Like, I don't want to talk about the whole Bow thing with Zach, but how the production just kept, all the opinions kept coming from Bow. Like, yeah, that's the weirdest thing ever, from everything to be coming from her. It was everybody else was there, but they was making sure her opinion was put in.
Yep. So, that's why I said we can't even watch the show without y'all thinking about, her and him, right?
Even from the point when they were sitting outside talking, and I'm just thinking in my head, like, first of all, if it's true, I'm sorry to say, Bow don't owe her any loyalty. They just met on this show.
But she was comforting each other, and they was in that same bed together. That's another lie. That's another lie for after the Where Are They Now special, because that's
when we do that. But the thing is, like, when Bow she was telling Bow about, I think she was telling all the girls when they were having the couch session. Yeah. And she was like, we're doing so great now. 2 days ago, you moved out. Like, that's what I'm not getting with them back and forth. Like, one day we're great, then the next day somebody move out, then the next day we're great. It's just so much back and forth. It's like a backwards Paige and Chris. It's just reversed.
I feel like at this point, and I'm listening to y'all talk, and I'm trying to I'm still piecing it together in my head. And I feel like I can make very valid points from both sides. And I'm trying to see how I can verbalize that without everybody jumping down my throat.
It's your channel, Chloe. It's your
Girl,
opinion.
they gonna be trying to eat me up, okay?
I'm still trying to go back to the matchmaking special and remember why they put these two together.
I don't remember. I really don't remember. But I just want to know what happened. Did it connect for you? This episode did it
No,
connect? Ellie, two Ellies, it connected for you?
No, because
Okay, so it's not just me.
yeah,
something
it's just like
missing.
they seem like they get the advice, right? The experts or whoever, friends, whatever, family, pour it into them, give them both insight to go forward, right? To do better. And then boom, it's just like, I don't know what happens. Something is either happening off camera. I don't know, but I do know that they both gaslight each other. It's not Zach over Michaela. I think because we are women and we're, Black women, we always want to rescue our sisters, right? And I get it because we get slammed for a lot of stuff and we endure a lot. However, this is the um, season, I would like to say, where we hold our other sisters accountable. And yes, Michaela, as valid as you feel in your feelings for this fool who, girl, one is 3 years younger than you, ain't never been in a relationship. So take that into consideration. He don't know what he want. He been watching Disney, honey. He's been seeing the church plays, girl. He don't know. He's going off of what people told him marriage is supposed to look like in the Bible and not really reading the Bible for what it is supposed to be. It's just advice. It's all, allegorical. Please don't kill me, y'all. I'm a Christian, I believe. Um, but things are very much allegorical and it's meant to be advice for going forward. And myself, I didn't always grow up in church, but in being an adult in church now, I see the fairy tales that people are also, especially the women on the side, girl, how many um worth the weights and all these things are out here telling women to do this and do that, and people and women are depressed because they haven't found their Boaz. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes we got to kind of counter back at those things, but we don't have enough people out here being very much honest about relationships, very much honest about marriage, and telling people that it is not perfect because you're bringing two imperfect people together to coexist in relationships. And then when you talk about Mavs, honey, I didn't know you a week ago. Like, what? And now I
And
have to try to figure out how to live with you.
you know
That's
what I
crazy.
believe, Ellie? Like when you talk about marriage from Zach's perspective, he only seen his parents.
Right.
And here's the thing: what a lot of people mess up at. Someone dad told me this before. I have a friend that mom and dad had a big house. When she got married, she wanted her husband to have this. He said we had to work towards this.
Yes.
And I think Zach probably saw the surface of his parents and not knowing his parents went through some things.
Yes.
So he want this whole fairy tale that, and he probably want a woman like his mama that saw, well, cater to him and baby him and all this other stuff. And
Right.
so he wants what he's seen in his home. And he said since he was 17. So yeah, he said he's been ready for marriage since he was 17. That's what he told her. But he want what he probably seen in his home, but he
Yes.
only seen the surface part of it. They probably covered up well fights and all this other stuff and the things you have to work through. And I've always been told like a marriage is a mirror. Like
Mhm.
your partner is going to be a mirror of who you truly are. You're going to see yourself and
You
you're going to
better
see the
preach,
ugly
girl.
parts of you.
Yes.
So that right there, the people they seeing right now need help.
Woo. And to your point, Sabrina, that is very much true because Zach has seen what his parents has presented, right? So he thinking that they never argue, and he shouldn't. I
You
I,
know,
I don't want my son seeing me
he
argue.
should though.
They
He
should tell him that they do have disagreements. And meanwhile, over at the ranch at Michaela house, boy, they tearing up. I don't know. Mama might have been throwing shoes. Daddy might have been on 20 or left a lot. I don't know. But you're right, that is a mirror. So we go out into this world and we think that that's how we're supposed to conduct ourselves. I mean, I know I grew up where I had aunts that threw hands, honey, boxing in the street. And I'm like, oh, well, if a dude pop off at me, I'm going to throw these hands. And so I threw hands one day and caught hands. Okay. Did not feel good. But that was what my warped perception at that time. And that was when I was in a unhealed space. And it wasn't until I went to therapy and, grew older and also changed the circle of people that I was around that I was like, oh, that's not, you don't have to talk to somebody like that. You
Right.
don't have to turn up every time somebody says something that you don't like,
And
there's
I think
different ways to do things.
the most, like, her verbal abuse is like the worst to me as a woman. Like, I have a teenage son, so I pay most men, like, honestly, men love, well, in the Bible say respect your husbands. Like, that's what we're told as women, to respect. So when you open your mouth, like, what I will want to go home too. Like, whenever you open your mouth and you talk to me like I'm some dude off the street, like, you have no respect for me at all. Like, we not gonna talk about, he talks, crazy to her too, but when she opened her mouth, it's like, I don't know if y'all see her eyes. To me, she zones out and she just be a whole nother person when she say stuff to this man. When she said shut the F up, she was looking like, I'm like, this girl is actually something wrong with this baby.
The only reason
like
I
a
don't
whole nother person.
I don't take too deep into the cursing because I feel like they do that at each other. So it don't affect me as much as it affects a lot of people, because a lot of people's like, oh my God, that's verbal abuse. And I'm like, child, if as many times I cursed at my husband, child.
Well, stop, Chloe.
And I guess that's just where it comes from, like Ellie was saying, experiences and things that you see things different because of what you go through or how you handle yourself in situations. So I'm just like, but I never tell my husband shut the F up in an argument, because that's disrespectful. That's what causes the fight. Like, now we're not arguing about that. We arguing because you cursing me out. But people curse at each other every day. So I guess that's probably why it don't click to me like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, like it does for some people.
When it clicked for me, when I had my son.
Me too.
And I think that's where we seeing each other, Sabrina. Yes, because I had my son and I said, wow, it really made me mindful that I have to be gentle with my words, because how I speak to him is going to shape how he grows up and deal with women in the future. Yes, and then in practicing how to, think before I speak and react, it began to translate in other relationships, and especially in dealing with men. So it's just like, oh, men do have feelings. Like, oh, okay, we don't have to tell them to man up all the time,
That showed us men got feelings.
Yeah, like, yes, Zach definitely did show us that, child. Ooh, I was like, all right, Zach, I get it, baby, but
I don't know.
Pull it back a little bit, babe. Let's find ways to deal instead of just crying. And I'm like that with my son now. When he, how kids transition from toddlerhood to now they're, more of a bigger kid. So where crying used to help ease the situation, it's like, you can't do that. You have to verbalize. You can speak. You can talk. Let's use our words. That's what I tell him. I find myself yelling at the TV to Zach, baby, use your words, not your tissue. Use your words.
You know what? Since it's kind of like almost, we're kind of talking about like some healing and therapy. What I love tonight, one of the best parts of tonight's episode, is when Bao was able to reflect her childhood trauma to what she's dealing with now.
Yes.
Because we as women do it a lot. Like, I related to her in a way like never before when she said that her father was verbally abusive, and she told herself, I would never. And she just sat back and saw that I'm actually dealing with a man just like that. And when I met my dad for the first time at the age of 27, the first 3 words I said to him, well, not 3 words, I got pregnant by a man just like you. My baby daddy is so my daddy. And we don't even realize sometimes we like, if we're not healed, we go and get what hurt us.
Yes.
And when she said that, I'm like, thank you for realizing your worth early on, knowing that I don't have to deal with this man that make me feel, I don't even know, because Johnny,
girl, we start talking about Johnny, we gonna have to be up here till like 1:00 in the morning.
Girl, Johnny is Johnny. When Val called him that drama queen, I'm like, yes.
I was done. I was here for that. Okay.
And let me clarify real quick. Yes. See, when I say curse at your spouse or someone, well, I don't curse at my son. I don't believe in that. I'm not going to do that, because I know I grew up where I had family members cursing me out, and they got the words back when I, got brave and ran. We'll curse them out and then run. But it's just not I just feel like when you love somebody, you're gonna speak love and truth, even if you are upset with them. I'm not saying that if y'all joking or whatever, like, child, shut the F up, whatever, that's different. But telling somebody, shut the F up so I can speak, that's a whole nother energy. And that does show me that you don't have no respect for me if you won't come at me like that.
Right.
And that's what Sabrina's point was. That's a lack of respect.
Right.
Cursing with and cursing at or cursing someone out, they are 3 different things. So I hope that makes sense.
Yeah. It does.
It does.
I really wish when we saw her family, we saw more men. I know a lot of us as African American women, we don't see as many men in our family, because the only man I remember seeing is her sister husband. That's who walked her down the aisle.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And he was Caucasian. Yeah, we didn't see any. It's like a group of women around her. So nobody's really holding her accountable. And then she's the baby. And then, they cater to her. So nobody's telling her, like, this is not how you speak to people in general. Because I feel like she probably cuss us out right now. she probably just talks to people like this on the regular. And her temper it's so quick. This is all we know of her. I was trying to give her, like, the benefit of doubt, through these episodes in the middle, from the first one with the wipes, the Lysol wipes, right, to this one, but this is all we know.
I got some thoughts.
And I think the sister she was like, what's going on? Like, her response to me was like very telling. I was like, oh, okay.
Like very normal.
Yeah. like
here we go again.
And then she had to get up out her bed and still come get her.
Right. Right. We're not saying this is all Michaela's fault.
Not at all. I promise.
I don't know how many times we said Zach was immature. He needs to grow. I mean, hey.
No, I just
said we wish he would have responded different.
I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make 2 videos. I'm gonna do of course I'm gonna do a regular review, but I'm gonna leave that part out, and I'm gonna make 2 videos, one for Zach and one for Michaela, so I can get my points out across for both of them and not be biased in the whole situation, but like general, like go in on each person, on each one of them, on what they did wrong in that situation, because it's a lot going on. And how she reacted was very unnecessary, very uncalled for. But a part of me can see where it came from. And like to Ellie said, when she came in, she said she's been there before, so she understands where it came from. So I can understand her side, and I can understand his side. Like, should he stay? Absolutely not. Was her reaction overreacted? Absolutely. Was it uncalled for? Absolutely. But I can also see how, as a wife, You could be upset. You don't want your husband to leave. It's late at night. He's been drinking. The roads are dark. I don't want him to go. Stop him from going. I need him to stay. You know, like I'd rather you be mad at me here than go out there and something happens. So I'm looking at it from both sides. And I feel like from watching it, something wasn't making sense in it. And I got it. It's really bothering me because usually I could just spill it. And it's not connecting. That's why I kept asking y'all, like, did it connect for y'all? Because it didn't connect for me. I don't know.
The way the conversation came up in the bedroom when they both got in the bed, and I'm like, what did they edit out of this conversation?
Yeah, because even when they came back from commercial, they didn't pick up where that conversation left off. It seemed like they started another conversation or something happened, right?
Yeah. They edited.
Michaela said that she had learned something from Bao. And then it was like she never talked about what she learned from Bao. It went to him saying her saying, "Oh, you want to leave" or something like that. It went straight to that. It was like no in between.
That's why I was like, what conversation just happened here?
She wanted him to stay. She shouldn't have told him to leave. Good point.
We do that on the regular. Gil was right. We do that on the regular. We don't mean it.
Yeah.
Right. We don't really want you to leave. Like, and the fact that you're going to leave is what's going to make us mad. Like, oh, so you wanted to leave. Also, what you want to do? What's out there that you want to leave?
Gil was right.
I said, girl, I listen. I'd be like, well, get out then. I used to be like, well, get out, bye. And he'd be like, oh, okay, well, because I ain't got to stay here and deal with your craziness. And I'd be like, oh, so you going to leave now? You going to leave?
So you going to leave?
You know, like, insane that is. Like, that's not cute. That's what I'm saying. I have been there. There ain't nothing cute about that, honey. That is confusing. Being on the other side, I would be like, oh, okay, so we a little mental health concern. Oh, okay, no. So I gotta go because you going from one extreme to the next.
See, I never told my husband to leave, but I probably dared him once or twice. I dare you. I dare you. See, that's a difference. There's a difference between a dare and a leave. And but I don't know, y'all. But I think we're gonna close this out. Thank you guys for coming up, talking to me, bringing some clarity to the situation, helping us see it, full circle. Okay, brother-in-law in there, open up a lung. It sounds like, but yeah, I'm gonna get ready for work tomorrow, y'all. I'm gonna have these, so I'm gonna try to get these videos out between now and Saturday. Depending on how work go, and then Ready to Love and all that other stuff. But yeah, we coming back. Hopefully by the end of this weekend, I'll have my videos posted for y'all. I appreciate y'all so much for coming up and talking to me, and joining me in the chat, because they was stressing me out. And the chat is my highlight of my work week. Okay, it's the highlight of my work week. So I appreciate it, and I'm gonna talk to you guys later. Don't forget to like this video. I was about to say comment, like in all these comments. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, all that good stuff. And I'm gonna talk to y'all tomorrow, right. Maybe not tomorrow, but Friday, probably fine. Oh, do y'all want the open chat for Ready to Love? Because I could open that up on Friday.
Yes.
You probably need to start it.
I started it last week. We did an open chat. So I just wanted to see if we wanted to keep this going as a thing. So.
Yes, and say a prayer for Corey, honey.
Ciao. We'll make it through another week.
He needs to go home.
I can't wait till we get low. I need lower numbers because it's too many of them.
Yeah.
Too many. But yeah, it's been real, you guys. Good night.
Good night.
Peace.